Hi everyone, I am making a video today about mining Quantainium in the Aran belt. This is a fairly lucrative activity. With some practice, you can earn 500,000 aUEC per hour or more. This will easily help you grind your way up to bigger and better ships. Now let's get started. In order to mine Quantainium as efficiently as possible, I have my prospector equipped with the Lancet mining laser, along with the Surge and branded consumables. And the reason I selected these items will be clear momentarily. To find the location that we will be mining at, the Aran Belt, um, is actually not a location that has a jump marker, so you have to find it. And the Aran Belt is an asteroid belt that's located around the Hurston Sun. On the map, you can sort of see an asteroid belt, but this is not what it is. It's actually a graphical glitch. The actual location of the Aran Belt is between the orbits of Crusader and Delamar. So it is between these two circles all around the Sun. And you can choose to jump between any 2 points that will take you across the belt, and stopping along the way by pressing I to kill your engines will result in you landing in the Aran Belt. So I've already put myself at the outer edge of um, one of the two rings with a course towards Hurston. So I'm going to go ahead and plot the jump.
Quantum travel engaged.
I'm going to go back into the map and track my current location. Oops. There you go. I'm going to just wait for us to move a little deeper in between these two lines. That's very hard to miss. It's a very wide band. If you look at my cursor, quite wide. So I'm going to just let us move to about the middle uh, of those the two rings, the two orbits. And I'm going to just go back to the cockpit and press I.
Engines off.
And there
Engines
you go.
on.
You can see that all around us, there's an asteroid belt. And there's plenty of rocks. And I'm going to just pull out my sensors by pressing tab and start scanning for minables. I'm going to skip ahead to show what happens once we find a rock containing Quantainium. After searching for a time, we found ourselves a nice Quantainium rock, 5K, 34%. Now, sometimes you can be lucky and find a rock like this in 1 minute. Sometimes it can take 20 minutes. On average, it will take about 10 minutes to find. However, given the value of Quantainium, it's well worth taking the time to find this rather than mining something that's not as valuable. Alright, let's get started with breaking this rock.
Mining mode on.
I will be using the Lancet laser. Before I start shooting, if you look at the instability of this rock, you can see that it's quite high at 7.71. However, as I start shooting it with a Lancet, you can see that the modifier on this laser to reduce the instability is extremely good. You can instantly, we see the instability go down to 1.92. I'm gonna increase the amount of energy to start cracking the rock. You can see that the charge level is not going up very fast on this rock. That's because one of the downsides of the Lancet laser is that it doesn't have very much energy. So therefore, that's why I have the Surge consumable, which I will activate using Alt 1. What this does is it instantly increases the amount of energy on the rock by 40%, making it easier to break. I'm also going to activate the brand consumable, which will make it even easier to break the rock by reducing the instability further down to 0.48, making this a very stable rock to break. Um, and I'm gonna just do so right now by keeping the energy in the green optimal zone. There is a 90-second timer on the brand consumable, which is quite nice, making it quite easy to maintain control of the breaking process. And we're almost done, and there. That's it.
Extraction mode on.
From here on out, I'm gonna take the time
Scan
to slowly
complete.
break each of the
Scan
individual
initiated.
rocks, scanning for and finding the better chunks of Quantainium.
Scan initiated.
As you can see, the
Scan complete.
on this larger piece with 100% Quantainium, the instability is at 10. Once I start shooting it, while the brand consumable is still active, you can see that there's a drastic reduction of instability. So as needed, I will be using the brand consumables to break these smaller rocks. Fast forward, and we're done. All the
Scan
rocks
initiated.
containing Quantainium have been broken up. As you can see, I did not try to pick up any of it. And the reason is, as soon as I pick up the first rock containing Quantainium,
Scan complete.
if you look on the right side, you will see that momentarily it will show that I
Scan
have
initiated.
unstable cargo, and it will start the clock
Scan
counting down
complete.
on the lifetime of the Quantainium in your cargo hold.
Scan
So it's always
initiated.
best to finish breaking
Scan
all the pieces
initiated.
of Quantainium and then pick it up all at once.
Scan
The
complete.
prospector has room for 32 SCU of cargo, and if anyone is curious, it is 50 mass
Scan
per
initiated.
SCU, so therefore you need 1600
Scan
mass
complete.
total to fill up your cargo to 100%, which
Scan
we
initiated.
are doing right now with these nice pieces of 100% Quantainium.
Scan
As you can
complete.
see, the clock has started on the right side. 15 minutes left until the cargo explodes. But luckily, all we need to do right now is pick up
Scan
the
initiated.
fragments, and then we'll be on the way back to the
Scan
refinery.
complete. Gear down.
And fast forward, we're back at the refinery, getting ready to land. If there's ever any question about how much time you have left on your cargo, you can always press M,
Mining mode
and you can
on.
see here that by picking up Quantainium at the end and jumping to our home base, there's still 9 minutes left, plenty of time to take the elevator up